Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since my last video, but I'm really excited to be sitting down and drawing with you guys again today. I've been a little bit inconsistent lately. Life's been busy. Honestly, motivation comes and goes, but art always brings me back. So here you see me like finicking around. I'm messing around a lot on my XP pen. I haven't drawn on this in maybe a year. I've been using Procreate a lot more. Ever since I got my iPad, I was very interested in learning how to draw on my iPad, so I did spend a lot of my time, again, just drawing on my iPad. But eventually I figure out what I want to do here. On my XP pen, I did just click around in this first part for a little while. I'm so sorry about that. So I did also want to start by talking a bit about why I've been so on and off with posting. I'm in college. For the most part, I am working 2 part-time jobs and going to school, and whenever I have the free time, I tend to want to spend that just like rotting in bed or swiping through TikTok, but it's taken away from my hobby, and on top of where I want to go career-wise, I also want to be a good artist. So I did used to stress about uploading every week, but I did realize it is okay to slow down, especially when I am in this learning and experimentation phase of my art style. Right now, I'm focusing more on improving rather than perfection. Anatomy has been one of my greatest weak spots. So today's video is kind of a chill study session. I also wanted to add in just a little bit of a tutorial here, just because if I'm learning, you know, there's other people who are probably watching me wanting to learn from an amateur artist as well. So if we're on the same like art level, you see my art style and you're like, yeah, you know, that's about where I'm at. This will be just like a small little tutorial. I'm starting off with, well, obviously I already drew her head, but you start off with the circle, line down the middle, triangle on the bottom, so it's a head, and for that main torso portion, you want it to be sort of an egg shape. It's very ovular. I did pick up this tip from Sam Does Arts, but you want the head to the shoulders to be a third, and then from the shoulders to, I believe, the ribcage, another third, and then you create a the final third, for the pelvis section. You'll see me do that here in a second. I am just adjusting my drawing. But once I do that, and we'll see it actually, once I do that, I'll cut to the next portion where we talk about like legs and those proportions. For the legs, I keep pushing the wrong button. Also, again, I haven't used my XP pen in a year. But for the legs, you do want them to be where you were doing the thirds before, that's gonna be half of the body. The legs will be the other half of the body, and halfway through those lines, I didn't do it here because the reference I was using didn't have the full legs out. Also, as I'm recording this, I'm getting my lunch ready. In case you heard the metal sound. Ooh, but for the legs, halfway through the legs are gonna be the knees, just because proportions. But yeah, I stopped at the knees just because my reference is only down to the knees. It cuts off right there. You'll see me doing here another overline of that initial sketch where I'm redefining where her rib cage is. That's where her boobs are gonna sit on top of. I do some big circles here also to mark where her shoulders are. How big the circle is would be about how big you expect the arms to be. I hope this is great advice also. These are just things that I've learned along the way. I did make her torso a bit too long, is a comment that I had for myself. Just like, learning from my own process. Also, the model that I was referencing did have wider hips than the shoulders, so I did try to make sure that the hips here were wider than where her shoulders were at. this part, I did finish her arms. For my first model, this is the first thing I've drawn on my XP pen. I do draw a second model. That one's a little bit more cohesive in terms of all of the steps that I take. But here, I just erased that first. I did this on 3 layers. Fun fact. I went to each of the layers and I got rid of some of those structure lines just so I could see clearly like the body shape, what I was doing. At some point I did realize that I was getting a little bit confused on what exactly I was drawing. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. But here I'm adding just some final details. I'm not gonna draw her whole face. I felt like that was a lot of work and I mentally was not here for it. Sorry, I have 2 cats and they're playing. They just ran into something. But yes, I am practicing drawing my OC as a full character. Speaking of 2 cats, my kitten is biting my arm. My sweet baby, I love you so much. You hurt so much. Stop, please. Anyways, I am practicing drawing my OC for the Halloween post that I want to do. I do want it to be a little bit 18 plus because like I'm 22 now. I kind of want to branch out and at least practice once drawing my character in like a spicy little Halloween post. But yeah, this is some of that practice that you're seeing here in this video. Hopefully I record more and post it in the first place on Halloween. I would love to have a little Spooktober. My birthday's also this month. A Spooktober post. So yeah, we'll move on to the second model. I don't really have any tips here. I'm not a pro. I'm relining some of the lines that I wanted to keep and trying to, I assume I'm erasing that, yeah. Erasing the lines that I didn't think were necessary to communicate where her parts were. I'm probably wrong. They look wrong to me, but I'm learning. So I'm gonna run through the tutorial like one more time for this one. This is just a little bit more clear. As you can see, I start with the circle, I do the triangle, I'm drawing a line down to show where her neck is, and very lightly I'm sketching out that egg shape for her torso. I'm drawing a line across the top of it to mark where her shoulders are. The model I have has her, you know, she's tilted, the way she's posed. One of her shoulders is lower than the other, so I make sure to account for that in my sketch. Then here we want to continue drawing down for that rib cage portion, and you know that line on the bottom. Anatomy, all that, yeah, whatever. Then here I'm drawing that pelvis shape down on the bottom, and on the corners I'm putting where her legs are likely to be. Again, this is following the model and just where I'm seeing her hips are at compared to her shoulders. I also have the tendency, again, don't be like me, I have the tendency to make my torsos just a little bit too long. At this point, I'm calling it a style choice. Eventually I want to get to the point where I'm able to stylize my characters, and maybe I want like a super lengthy, skinny, like long torsoed character, but right now I just need to get the basics down. And so here, when you draw arms, your elbows tend to be at the bottom of the rib cage. That's about where I drew mine at, is right there at that line of the rib cage. Her arms are crossed, so I can't draw hands. I'm really bad at that, actually. So I did attempt to make some hand figures, and generally the shape of how her hands were crossed. Yippee me! Starting here again, we're gonna make her neck. We're gonna give her a neck, and we're gonna give her shoulders. You tend to have like a little curve to your shoulder, especially if you're like lifting one of them up, like my model was. I connected the bottom of that circle that I drew to like tell how big her arms are gonna be. I drew a line there to the bottom of the rib cage to fully make the torso, so as you can see, she has a torso now. The next part, I believe, yes, I defined her head shape just a little more. Again, this is just so I can feel like I'm making progress and doing something with myself, other than just like putting lines down that don't really mean anything to me. Here come the arms. We're gonna make cylindrical shapes. Yep. And another circle for where her elbow is. This also helps you draft out the thickness of the forearm. Same thing to the other side, of course. A sort of, in quotes, cylindrical shape, just because one of her arms is like right next, it's hugging her body. For the forearm, it's an interesting shape. For the top part of the forearm, you want it to curve more, and for the bottom, it's relatively a straight line, but it does taper where the wrist is, and then here you'll draw the hand. Again, I can't draw hands. If you have any tips for drawing hands, or like cute little quick ways to make hands that look like hands and not little blocks and shapes, it'd be great if you could drop that down in the comments. Thank you so much. After connecting the hips and the waist together, I do create sort of the pelvis area here. You know, give her some underwear so she's not indecent or uncomfy or cold. Again, we're gonna do the circles to mark the width of the thighs. I'm not perfect, guys, but that is the basic advice here. That, you know, if you're looking for a little assistance with anatomy, it might be able to help you. So we've got her thighs. Thighs tend to curve on the inside, at least for my model, and on the outer thigh. I'm not too familiar with muscles. I believe it's your quad. Your quad also curves just a little bit before it straightens as it comes closer towards the knee. The part I sort of challenged myself with here was the fact that this model was wearing like a silk cloth sort of draped over her arms, hence why her arms were crossed. She had, just a little bit of boobage going on. I thought that was cute. I liked it. But I've never really drawn like fabrics before, loose clothing. So I did draw out her chest just to, like the clothes are falling over these parts. How are they falling over these parts is what I was thinking of. How are they falling off of the arms? How is it draping like down her body? Is it hugging her arms? Is it more loose off the arms? I'm saying the same things over and over again. But that's essentially the thought process that I had, was how is this fitting over her body? And then comparing it to the reference, because again, I'm an amateur. I don't draw clothes. It did come out well though, you'll see here in a bit. subscribe.